My name is Barbara Wheaton. I'm an attorney at Pierce Atwood, and I specialize in the area of estate and gift planning and estate administration. I've been a United Way volunteer for over 15 years. When I went to law school, I never envisioned being an estate planner. I actually wanted to be a bankruptcy attorney, and then I realized that I really didn't have the temperament to be a bankruptcy attorney. That's a pretty bare-knuckled practice. I really enjoy being a trust and estates lawyer because I get to connect with people on a one-on-one basis. I form long-lasting relationships with them. I have so many marvelous clients, and I'm incredibly thankful and fortunate for that. My job is to put together a puzzle. I take their personal needs, their dreams, their family concerns, and I match it with the types of assets and issues they're dealing with. And then I match it with the tax code and how can I create the most efficient plan, and I put it all together and I build out the puzzle and I have a solution. And I like being able to provide my clients with a solution to their wealth planning, but also their family objectives. I like that feeling of constructing something. I continue to be involved in the United Way for many different reasons. First, I don't think there's any organization in Greater Portland that mobilizes the resources of the community like the United Way does. I think it is a wonderful collaborating force. I believe it has its pulse on the needs of the community in a broad sense than perhaps any other organization. I get involved and stay involved with the United Way because I trust the United Way to make wise use of my dollars. I like being a part of that strategic planning around the needs of the community. I love the United Way staff. I think they are so highly professional and engaged, and they are just a wonderful group to work with, and I'm really very proud to be a part of their endeavors. And I have a personal interest in the work of United Way. It speaks to my past. I grew up in Cranston, Rhode Island, which is a community a lot like Westbrook. It's a mixed community, both ethnically and socioeconomically. My dad was a carpenter and my mother was a waitress. And for much of my childhood, they also carried another job. They were typically carrying two jobs in order to make ends meet. We were a big Irish Catholic family, 6 children. I'm the 4th. Life just went a little sideways for them. When I was in high school, my father fell from a roof 3 stories that he was working on and basically shattered his body in the street below. And he spent 3 months in the hospital, most of it in intensive care. And my mother took on a 3rd job and a 3rd mortgage to make ends meet. I learned a lot of lessons during that time. We often, as children, would witness the struggle of, do I pay the mortgage? Do I pay the electric bill? How do I get fuel in the fuel tank? I could spot a bill collector in 30 seconds on the telephone. I learned that the cheese you get from the Women's and Infants program is not nearly as good as the Land O'Lakes at Hannaford. I learned that you get what you get when you shop at the thrift store. I learned when there was no electricity and no fuel that a family of 8 could accomplish an awful lot in front of a wood stove. I don't speak about that often. I don't share it. I don't wear it. But it does inform very much who I am and why my work with the United Way is personally meaningful to me. I have made a legacy gift. I have included the United Way in my will, and some people would say that I'm relatively young to be thinking that way. I have young children, I still have family needs, but I think anybody can do some sort of planned gift, even if it's very small. I think it's really about defining what is most important to you. And my family is most important to me. But my community is also extremely important to me, and so I've made a conscious decision that I want to leave something behind to help the United Way and to help the United Way Foundation. You don't need to be extraordinarily wealthy. You don't need to be more than my age. You don't need to be a pillar in the community. You just need to be somebody to whom it matters.